Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is of course the one, the only, the legendary Porpoise, and today I'm doing something a little bit different than our weekly Avonburg updates. Today I actually decided to build Dragonsreach from Skyrim. It is one of my most favorite games I've ever played. I have sunk thousands of hours into it. I mean, probably neglected friends and families at some times in my past over it, but it is just such a phenomenal game. I really wanted to do something a little different. I ended up actually going into kind of like a builder's block when it came to Avonburg. So I decided to do this side project with the Conquest Reforged pack to kind of get the creative juices flowing again, to do something a little bit different, to get out of my comfort zone and try something else that I've never tried before. I only built this once before, and before recording this. So with that being said, this was definitely a trial and error type of build, and I actually had a lot of fun with it. Even though the build is mainly squares, rectangles, A-frames, things like that, it actually ended up being very difficult to get the proportions correct to make it actually look like Dragonsreach. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like a blob of buildings and things like that. So this was definitely a fun project. It took about 2.5 days to finish the exterior and to get it just right, but I think it turned out really great. Now, of course, with all that being said, if you like my content, if you like the channel, if you like these little projects that I'm working on, please feel free to subscribe, hit that notification button. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next besides Avonburg, because obviously I'm still working on that. But actually, give me some ideas for Avonburg more than you already have, which are awesome. I'm trying to get out of this block. I'm still kind of in it, but I'm really hoping to still have a very good video coming up for you next weekend. Now, of course, I also wanted to let you know that I do have a Twitter page, so you can follow me on there. That link will be in the description below, and I'll also put it right here on the video. I typically tend to post things on Twitter before I post them to YouTube, so it's kind of like a sneak peek of the projects. But pretty much without further ado, I'm going to put on some music for you. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of the time lapse, and I'll be back again for a little fly through at the end of the video. So I will see you shortly. All right, everybody. That was the time lapse. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the music. Obviously, the link to the artist will be in the description below. He is absolutely fantastic, and I definitely say you should give him, a listen to in your spare time. But this is Dragonsreach, and I think it just came out absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, it's definitely I think it's a pretty good replica of it. I'm pretty sure I got the size of it all together. I kind of gave it a little bit more of a fantasy feel, hence the blue roofing and some of the details along the builds itself. Some wood fences here and there and some extra detail blocks all throughout. So I tried to give it my own touch without it just being an exact replica of Dragonsreach. Obviously, I wanted it to look very similar, but just with a little bit of spin onto it. So as you can see, that took the majority of the time that I spent getting into this, but I think it came out really, really well. All right, and as you can see here, this is where I was kind of talking about that detail. Now, the wood fences along the arches, those are not there in the original build, but I decided to throw them in there just to give it a little bit of texture contrast, color contrast, and just a little bit of extra detail. Let me change the time. There we go. And you can see here, this is the back end. I know I didn't include it in the time lapse, but that's because it took me about 4 hours to get this circular area correct and get the detail moving. Now, I know it doesn't look exactly like Dragonsreach in the back, but that's simply because it is a very basic structure on this backside in the original Skyrim, and I kind of wanted to add a little bit of extra detail to that. Mixing up stone bricks, stone, and cobblestone is what gave me this whole backside, and this is, of course, the other side of Dragonsreach, which is identical to the right side, obviously. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, check out the Avonburg videos. They're pretty cool as well. But this is the build. I hope you liked it. If you want to see more Skyrim content, let me know. But this is the Legendary Porpoise signing off. Have a good day and happy gaming.